Hello, hello, and welcome. We are so glad that you are joining us once again. My name is Nick. Sitting across from me is Q. Together we are Nick and Q, and we are here to save the universe. So glad to be back with you after a little hiatus due to some things that have gone on. Lots have gone on in the 2 weeks since we have done one of these.
You know, one of my favorite things is when the NBA player goes like this.
Yeah. For those listening, he just made the bow and arrow.
Yeah, the bow and arrow stuff. I don't know who started that, but I love that. I want to do that when you say Q. I want to go like I made a three or something.
There was a closer for the Seattle Mariners who used to, when he would close a game, that's how he would.
If he was successful,
that would be like his finishing thing. Like after the last out, he would. Yeah,
I like it.
Pull back. Yeah, no, it's pretty cool.
I'm gonna start doing that a little bit.
Yeah, I guess
like when I get my kids to clean the room, I'll be like.
I guess archery could be associated with kind of being on point, being on target.
Hitting the mark.
Yeah, hitting the mark.
I got it.
Unless you're really bad at archery, then like me doing this would mean I missed something horribly, probably because I'm not an archer.
I went to a shooting range. I went to an archery shooting range one time. It was like a Buckmaster shooting range, and I had to shoot during. Now I remember doing really, really well.
That's good.
But I'm not got into it very much.
Yeah, it was never my thing.
No.
Now with the golf club, I'm pretty accurate.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, but
so my brother beat you the other day. He told me he did.
Yeah, he always says that.
I said, how did golf go today? He said, well, it was a great day because I beat Nick and Tom.
Yeah, he always says that. He doesn't say that particular day that he's talking about, I gave him 12 strokes.
Why would you do that?
Because I said, man, how you feeling today? How many strokes I need to give you? He said, man, I need at least 12.
How many strokes did he beat you by?
He didn't. Well, we played a game where it wasn't necessarily based on strokes. It was played on who wins the hole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So then he won it regardless. He won the hole then.
Well, I mean, because I gave him 12 strokes, on 12 of those holes, if we tied, he won.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
He could use those strokes anytime he wanted?
He used those. You go by the if you look at a scorecard, they'll have the handicap of the hole, and each golf course has like the number 1 handicap hole through the number 18 handicap hole based on how hard that hole is.
I got you.
So he got his 12 strokes on the 12 hardest handicap holes on the course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he beat you.
He beat me. Yes, he did. He did.
Shame.
Yeah.
Shame, Nick. Shame.
If I hadn't given him, if I had not given him those 12 strokes, I probably would have beat him pretty easily. But I did.
That's your fault.
I didn't play well that day either. So I mean, it's on me. I should have played better and I should have won.
Congratulations, Wade, for beating Nick. You're the man. And Tom, you never win.
Tom, we played a game a couple weeks ago out at the state park with a bunch of guys from our church, and Tom won.
No,
he
sorry,
did.
Tom. You won one time.
Now I gave Tom 30 strokes.
Is that even? How many strokes do I get if I play with you? Then, if Tom gets 30,
you might can beat Tom.
If Tom gets 30 strokes,
I've played with both of you. You might can beat Tom.
I never played.
I know. That's what's sad about it. That's what's really sad about it.
30 strokes.
Although I did play with Tom yesterday afternoon, and he played a lot better. I was proud of him.
You gave Tom 30 strokes.
Yeah,
I would be ashamed to take 30 strokes. 30 strokes.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good job, Tom, for winning with 30 strokes. I'll drink my blackberry sparkling water here. Good job, Tom.
Jeff Reno, that would be, I guess, his Italian name. Jeff Rena is also joining us. Rena just got out of quarantine. How you feeling, Jeff?
Feeling
all right?
Yes.
Feeling better?
Better.
Was it a tough week or so there?
Yeah, it was like 8 or 9 days of just agony and sleep.
You just watch movies and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, it sounds like a hard life.
When your muscles are aching and your skin is constantly weird and sweaty and chilled and hot at the same time, that's not very easy.
Was your ankle bone almost coming out your skin?
No, but that was I couldn't help what I had, and
I could help what I had. That ball had to be
could.
rebounded.
You could.
It had to be rebounded.
You could not take your 40-year-old body to play basketball with a bunch of 20-year-olds. That's what
weak.
you could do.
No, I've got to do that. I'm not going on golf course. I got to go play basketball. I got to do
You
something.
didn't get, well, find an old man's league or something.
We had a whole episode of you talking about you are now 40 and how
Yeah.
you weren't going to play rough ball and how everything's changed.
That things had to change.
And
I take all that back. Welcome to our 10th episode, everybody. Welcome to our 10th episode. This is our question and answer episode. We're going to do our best to answer all your incredible questions. And I've not set our timer, so I'm going to set our timer. So
Even though some weren't quite so incredible, but we'll answer the incredible ones.
There were some good ones.
But yeah, this is 10 episodes. We've actually made it through 10 episodes, and people seem to still be listening.
Oh, yeah. We're over 100 and something views on our first episode.
Yeah. So yeah, that's exciting. And we've got, I've had folks that ask me about it when we go places. So man, thank you. But first of all, I guess the first thing we need to do for our 10th episode is say thank you. Thank you
met
to
your cousin in Orange
our
Beach
listeners, viewers.
and told your cousin in Orange Beach to listen to it.
My cousin, Orange Beach.
I met your cousin in Orange Beach. He was my waiter.
Who?
His mom was a principal or something?
No, you told me this.
His mom was a principal. It was like his uncle is your uncle.
Yeah. Which makes him, I guess, like my second or third cousin.
Yeah.
I'm not real sure of that word. Yeah.
And he was listening to it.
Yeah.
I got an email this week from a guy named Cody. So he started listening to it, loved it. It just makes his day all better.
Awesome.
Awesome. So,
That's great. That's great.
that's what we
And
wanna do.
that's exactly what we want to do. We just want to take 30 minutes of your day and make it a little bit brighter than maybe the other 23 and a half hours were. So hopefully that's our goal, and make your universe a little better.
I want to make everybody go to our YouTube channel to check out our reviews that we're going to be doing too, just to get the word out. It's not podcast form, it's a video. So
yeah, if you're listening to the podcast, we actually did a food review on our YouTube channel we're going to do a food review of North Alabama restaurants. Our first one was Los Arcos.
Yeah.
So
Nick and
just
Q's reviews. Yeah.
give us, if you want to see a restaurant reviewed, give us a recommendation.
Yeah. Our goal for that would be that would get big enough to where restaurants would feed us for free to come do
man.
their reviews.
That
would be like that's the goal for that. Yes.
That's what we call a win.
Yes. If we can have a restaurant say, "Hey, come review our restaurant and we will feed you."
Oh, I'm in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't care where it is.
We're not going to be negative. Unless your food is like total crap, we're not going to be negative.
No. I mean, look at us.
Yeah, I mean, we eat
have
everything.
we have not eaten a lot of food in our lives, so we didn't like.
In fact, now in Marshall County, there's no restaurant that to me is off limits. I mean, Brass Lantern shut down. So before Brass Lantern shut down in Boaz, it was off limits. But no restaurant's off limits right now.
Catfish Cabin.
No, I'm good with that.
I'm good with Catfish Cabin.
Dude, there's some things there, man.
There's some really good stuff at Catfish Cabin.
All right.
The catfish isn't my favorite thing at Catfish
No,
Cabin, but their hush puppies are
Their
fantastic.
slaw,
Oh, the slaw's really good too. Yeah.
their hush puppies are
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah. Absolutely. So Catfish Cabin.
I love when I go there and people are like, I don't really want my slaw. It's the greatest thing in the world. It's I'll eat it.
Yeah, I'll take your slaw. Yeah, no doubt about
It's
it.
amazing. It's like a salad that's sweet.
It's kind of like when I go to eat with my wife and she says I don't want my onions, and I go, I'll take those onions. Yeah, big fan of onions. All right, well, man, let's get the ball rolling. See what happens here. We have not. I know Q has actually seen a few of these questions, so he may have some idea. I've seen none of these questions.
Oh, good.
So I have no idea what's coming. So I am a little nervous. And God bless you.
Thank you.
And a little bit nervous. So because I'm not real sure what might come out of my mouth. So, and that really makes my wife nervous. So,
Jeff is just going to lead us through this like a labyrinth.
okay, yeah,
So he's just gonna take
I'm
us
excited about it. If Rena is our guide, then we'll be.
We're
all
good.
right. Okay, yeah, all right.
All right. Question
What we got?
one. What do you think is the best baseball movie?
The best baseball movie.
Ooh.
I think we actually had a similar conversation to this the other day.
Me and you?
Yeah,
Yeah, we were talking about it a little bit. But I didn't talk about my favorite,
we.
the best baseball movie.
I don't think we did. For me, I've got to go The Natural. I love The Natural, and I think you said you may not have seen The Natural.
Man,
Have you seen that, Jeffrey?
very good.
Yes, I love The Natural. It's a great movie. Robert Redford is the lead in it. Wilford Brimley, who we lost recently, who kind of the curmudgeon-y old guy in a lot of things.
But why is that the best movie to you? Like, what's it do inside for you?
Oh, it's just
Like, what is the moment where you go, "This is the best baseball movie"?
well, I mean, the story is about a guy who's, I mean, Robert Redford's character is going to the majors, and on his way to the majors, he gets shot, and so the movie fast forwards 20 years, and now he's no longer a pitcher, which is what he was going to the majors to do. Now he's a hitter, and he's finally getting a shot at the majors again 20 years later, and just kind of. And he's like the old rookie, you know, everybody kind of makes fun of him and stuff like that. And then he starts hitting baseballs and everybody stops making fun of him. And it's just the story of this. It's just a great story. It really
it a
is
true
great
story?
It is not a true story.
It's not a true story, okay.
It is not a true story. The story is kind of based on like some baseball urban legends, you know, stuff like that. Like there's a moment where he knocks the cover off the ball, you know, where, you know, just stuff like that where people say, you know, they might have seen things like that happen. And so, you know, but it's a great story. It's a
Okay.
really, really good story.
That's good.
Great story.
I think for me, and again, I'm not a baseball fan. Let's just
You're not a huge baseball
let's
fan.
just put that out there first off. I'm not a baseball fan, so like baseball is not my sport. I'd rather watch football, basketball even before baseball. All right. So even soccer before baseball. Like I like soccer.
Oh God, yeah.
I really do. I like soccer
Nothing
more than I like
happens
baseball.
in soccer.
Okay. Well,
I mean, we've had this conversation. I get it. Baseball's slow. Go
it's
ahead.
slow. I'm
Yes,
just not. I just don't
it
have
is.
a good attention, which is
Yeah.
crazy because you're kind of ADD, but you like baseball.
I'm not kind of ADD.
So it's
But
interesting.
it is because I think I grew up playing baseball and grew up.
Okay.
So like all the slow times, I get what's going on in those slow times, like the
What do
strategy.
you do when
and
you're
things
watching
like
the slow
that.
times? Like at home, when you're sitting on the couch and watching, what do you do?
Well, I mean that's kind of the great thing about baseball is you can kind of like go on with your life while you're watching baseball. And
You like
have,
play a
have
game on your
conversations.
phone?
Yeah, have conversations with the people around you. I think that's the great thing about. But even sitting in the stands at a baseball game, you can like fellowship and hang out with your friends while you're enjoying a baseball game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah.
But my favorite baseball movie is Major League.
Oh, great movie.
And
Great movie.
I think the reason I like it so much is because it takes a group of not great characters that like kind of everybody else thinks is it going to make a very good team.
Yeah.
And they find a way to
Yeah.
pull together.
Yeah.
And that just speaks to my sense of
Yeah.
like
No, I love it.
people who are discounted can sometimes do really great things.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole point of the movie. I mean the owner of the team puts this team together to lose.
Right.
She
right.
wants them to lose.
Right.
And they find that out and go, all right, if that's why she put us here, then let's wreck her plan.
Yeah.
And I love that. Yeah.
Now,
I
second is
love
Bad
that.
News Bears.
Yeah, Bad News Bears is great. Now the original or
The original.
the remake? Okay,
I love the original.
Yeah.
And again, I think for that one, it's more like the picture of troubled kids finding
Yeah.
a purpose
Yeah.
in a sport
Yeah.
is a big deal.
Yeah,
because I think a lot
absolutely.
of kids in our culture who come from troubled home lives find some real unity and meaning and direction in sports.
Yeah.
And so I think that does a good job of portraying that.
Hey, I'll give you a little wild card on this one. A movie that not a lot of folks have seen, lesser known baseball movie, Hardball with Keanu Reeves.
I'm not seeing that.
Check that out. You'll like that. It's basically, it's kind of almost a Mighty Ducks type story. Like Keanu Reeves' character kind of has to coach this baseball team.
Camilla Estevez had to.
Yeah, kind of has to. And it's like a bunch of inner city kids who don't really have anybody in their life, and he really just kind of becomes that male figure in their life, and it's really really
So
cool.
those are two movies I need to watch then.
Yeah, you need The Natural and Hardball, but yeah, I mean The Natural is just great, and the music to The Natural. If I played you the soundtrack to The Natural right now, you would recognize it.
You get amped and want to.
Yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
got some Queen in it?
No.
No, I would not get
it's-
amped.
no,
Only thing that amps me is Queen. In
no,
life.
it's instrumental music.
Oh, no, I would not get amped.
Oh no, you would. Oh, it's
We already had that conversation. I'm about lyrics, not music.
yeah, it would amp you. I'm sorry.
If it's
All
not
right.
saying nothing, well,
All right,
bites the dust. That'd
Next
be good.
question. If you could disinvent one thing, what would it be?
Disinvent?
Disinvent one thing. It's a good question.
That is a really good question. You know, my grandmother used to say that the two worst inventions in human history were the air conditioner and the television, because the air conditioner brought everybody inside, so they stopped having community with each other.
Do you really want either one of those to go away?
And no, I don't. And then the television gave everybody a box to stare at once they got inside, which further hurt community and people hanging out. I don't know. There are a lot of days I really wish that cell phones were not invented, because I miss, me and you are old enough to remember driving in our car and being in our car knowing that no one could get in touch with us.
Right.
I mean, there was, we were all like, I literally remember like in high school, my girlfriend lived 20 minutes away, and I remember we got in a fight one night, and she was like really mad and told me to leave. And I remember like those 20 minutes driving home before I could call her were like complete and total agony.
Just run through the conversation in your head over and over.
Yeah.
Huh. I think for me, what I would disinvent is something I actually use and I enjoy, but I enjoyed life before it maybe more. It's this headphones.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys remember. I mean, you probably don't remember. But you remember growing up in the '80s.
Yeah.
And people would carry boom boxes.
Oh, carry the boom box on their shoulder.
But then, like, even just the idea of like, if we're going to listen to music, it had to be communal.
Let's do it together. Yeah.
You know, like now it's you have people in classes in different places, and they'll have AirPods in, they'll have earbuds in, and like nobody's paying attention, and like I don't know what they're listening to, and they're over there like jamming. I don't know what's going on in their life. I don't know what they're feeling.
There's so many inventions recently that are about almost separating us instead of making us more together.
There's something interesting about when I was in college and we were like listening to music, you know, everybody started having headphones. You can put on your Discman and everything.
Oh yeah, your Walkman. Yeah.
But we intentionally made this decision to play music together, and like different seniors would get the opportunity to play it.
Yeah.
And it really like allowed us to experience each other's culture. Allowed us to like rag on each other about song choices, you know, but it allowed us to experience something together. And I feel like we miss that because of how much we separate ourselves with our music these days.
Yeah, I remember the weight room in high school, and a different senior got to pick the music every day, and oh yeah, man, it was so much fun watching some of the guys that enjoyed the rap music when it was country music day, and
vice versa,
right? Yeah, oh yeah, we had some fun with that. Yeah.
That's why I disinvent, Jeff.
Headphones.
Yeah. Headphones and cell phones. All right. What trade or skill do you wish you had?
Ooh. Very interesting. God.
Smithing for me. I wish I could create my own swords and knives.
Sweet.
Yeah. I think especially in today's culture where we're headed to like Armageddon soon, you know, like, I don't know. But I feel like we could. Like, there's the EMP worries and all this stuff. I feel like at some point this whole thing could shut down. And I feel like if you could make your own swords and knives and smith stuff, it'd be like a really cool thing to be able to do. And plus your high temperatures, fire, like all that stuff seems like really fun to work with me.
Oh yeah, it would be.
That's what I would do.
You look coolest as a smith.
You would.
If I was gonna be
a big like leather, like
if I was gonna be a smith, I'd wear like blue jeans. I'd roll them up at the bottom.
Yeah.
And I'd wear a big leather vest, but then I wouldn't wear a shirt under it, like a leather like apron vest.
I take it back. You
and
wouldn't
then
look that great.
I would shave everything except like a Fu Manchu. I'd like it like go all the way down here, like a Fu Manchu. That's what I would do. And I'd shave my head.
Nick, what you
We need to make this happen. We need that picture on Instagram. So if anybody's got a leather vest that they think Hugh could wear, please send that in, and we'll make that happen.
I might do a Fu Manchu tonight. I'm thinking about shaving anyway.
Yeah, well, go for it, man.
Just leave the mustache and go all the way down, and let's shave this in between.
I have had this look for.
Why are you laughing? That's not like. I mean, that's a real look.
It's a sad look.
It's not sad.
I've had this particular look for so long now. There's so many times when I've got a razor in my hand that I'm thinking I'm going to change it up, and I can't.
Why don't you change every now and then?
I can't do it. Well, I don't think my wife would let me. I mean,
she'd get over it. It's not like she's going to divorce you for it. I mean, think of all the stuff she's put up with in your life.
Yeah, I know. Man, she gets. I mean, every time that she even hears the clippers in the bathroom, like she runs in there and go, "How much are you shaving off?" I mean, she gets upset.
Let's do it. Let's both do Fu Manchus tonight.
All right.
Nick, what you got?
Call on. I think mine's pretty obvious for me. I've spent, pretty much my entire life in music, mainly doing vocals, and I wish I was a better instrumentalist. Gotcha. I think that would definitely be that would be the obvious choice.
You play some instruments.
I play some. I play enough to where you don't want to hear it. But I wish that I was. I definitely wish that I had.
Are you a better instrumentalist than me?
On guitar? No. On piano, yes.
Okay.
Because
On
I
bass?
don't think you've ever played. No, you're definitely a better bass player than I would ever be.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
to
Well,
me.
I've never even tried to play bass.
You could play it. So it's the simplest instrument. In the
Yeah,
world. Is it
I-
not, Jeff?
It's pretty simple.
It's simple.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's simple to do the basic things.
But then you got to learn the
Well,
scales.
it's like
and all
like
that
I've always said, anybody can be a bass player, but not everybody can be a great bassist.
Yeah.
That's-
those are-
oh yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I'm not a great bassist.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
simple bassist and a simple guitarist.
Yeah. But
But
yeah,
don't ask me to play a B chord.
like I remember, like I took 4 years of piano in junior high and high school, and I basically didn't pay attention and didn't practice because I was too busy with sports. And we see what I'm still doing today and what I'm not still doing today. So that was a great decision on my part.
When someone gives me a song with a B chord in it, I say, "Capo, what?" That's what I say.
That's like, yeah, I mean, if you learn to play guitar like Tom Woodall knows 5 chords, but he knows where to capo it to play this.
That's brilliant. It's brilliant.
I hope Tom
You can
listens
get
to
those
this. We're
half
giving him a pretty
capos.
hard time today.
You can get half capos.
Yeah, you can.
And you can do
All sorts of crazy stuff.
lots of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
next question. This has been asked a bunch, so I'm gonna ask: are you guys Lord of the Rings fans? That's not the question.
Yes, I am Lord of the Rings fan.
That's not the question.
But
yes,
it's-
no,
it's
I am. No,
pertains to it.
I'm probably. Have you read them?
I've not read them.
So he's not really.
Well, I read The Hobbit.
I'm a Lord of the Rings fan.
I did
He's
read
not.
The Hobbit.
Okay.
You're not a Lord of the Rings fan then. Don't say you are if you haven't read it.
It's actually on my list of my Audible list. I think I'm going to probably
Yeah,
do
but you
that
can't
next.
say-
Stop popping the microphone, man.
Sorry, there's something on the bottom of the best of
So the question is, why didn't the Fellowship ride the Eagles to Mount Doom and cast the ring in instead of doing their very long journey?
Yeah, because the Eagles did take them, away from the orcs there.
Right.
in
Yeah.
The Hobbit.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I know why. Do you know why?
I have no idea why.
Because you're not a Lord of the Rings fan.
Well, okay. Have you read the Star Wars books?
No.
How many? There's so many.
You didn't know what, no one even knows what's canon of that. I read a comic.
either. I was just asking.
Here's the reason why they didn't just get the Eagles. Why Gandalf didn't just get the Eagles to come and take the ring and drop it in Mordor. The Lord of the Rings, Gandalf knows so much more than we give him credit for. Gandalf is not just this guy who comes and fights, the big demon thing,
Yeah.
and like he is one of the strongest characters in Middle Earth. He is like there's like the gods of Middle Earth, and then there's Gandalf. They're like almost like half gods. It's him and Saruman and Sauron and
Yeah.
all these guys. Okay? There's a couple of others you don't even hear about, but like these are guys who are powerful wizards. They're like the most powerful people in Middle Earth. It is Gandalf's job not to just protect Middle Earth and destroy the ring. It's Gandalf's job to make sure the song of the Aenir, the song of life, keeps flowing. And so for the song of life to keep flowing, you had to have Frodo take his journey. Frodo and Sam were part of the song of life. And so for them to be part of that song, Gandalf needed the Fellowship to do all these things it was going to do. So it was as much about the development of Frodo and Sam, as much about development as Aragon, as it was the ring being
lessons that can
destroyed.
be learned for generations
Absolutely.
to come.
And
Yes,
Gandalf
yes,
knows
yeah.
all that. Gandalf,
Yeah.
that's why he shows up like at first light and saves them when they're at the stronghold.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Gandalf constantly is there to make sure they don't get overrun, but also to make sure that the song, the journey, plays out the way it needs to play out.
I like that.
So that's why
Yeah.
it is the way it is.
I like it.
And that's why Gandalf's so mad at Saruman. Because Saruman's supposed to have that same type of responsibility. But Saruman turns against Gandalf for power's sake.
Yeah.
Gandalf always chooses the song to keep being sung over him gaining more power. And that's what makes Gandalf so good.
Cool. I've always loved Gandalf's character, and I love him even more.
Great character.
So great. Thank you.
Great
I learned something today, so that's good. Good stuff.
All right. Next question. If you could visit one place for one day with a time machine, when and why would you do it?
Man,
Wow.
man.
Visit one place, one time from Time Machine. I don't know. Like, there's so many great points in history, but sports stuff keeps popping into my head too. Like, I don't know. I mean, I would love to be at the Battle of Yorktown when the British Army surrendered. That would be really, really cool to be a part of. That era of history is probably my favorite, the Revolutionary War times and things like that. So that would be pretty cool as far as like history is concerned. And then sports wise, probably like 86 Masters when Jack Nicklaus became the oldest man to ever win the Masters.
How old was he?
He was 46 when he won his last Masters, which was really, really cool. Like,
has anybody beat that since?
no, I mean, at the beginning of the day, nobody was giving him a chance. He was like 4 strokes back, and he just like called. I mean, it was. I was actually watching a replay of it, like, because we didn't have the Masters this year, so I actually watched a replay of that on the Sunday that the Masters would have happened. It's one of my first 86. I'd been 8 years old. One of my first memories as a child was sitting with my dad and watching that, because my dad's a huge Jack Nicklaus fan. One of the reasons he got into golf to begin with. So that, or hanging out in Cleveland 2016 when the Cubs won the World Series. That would be a cool spot as well. So yeah.
I don't know if I have really any that are sports. I mean, I like sports, but none of the sports that just kind of jumps out to me. I don't even know, like, history-wise. I mean, it's a hard question. I think maybe I'd want to be around something that inspired me, that really, like, could change me forever. So maybe being there and actually experiencing Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech, or
that would be cool.
or maybe even like hearing Joan of Arc give her speech as she's
That'd
being
be crazy.
killed,
Yeah.
or even like, I think sometimes it's subtle things, like if I could have, I wonder, like Anne Frank. Anne Frank's made such a impact on culture forever through her story.
Yeah.
Man, to have 60 seconds to tell her how much she's going to change the world would be like a really big deal.
Yeah, it would be cool.
Because she didn't know that.
Yeah,
You
no.
know? She was just writing her experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would take the opportunity to say thank you to someone who's influenced me in some way, if I could be in a spot in history. Unless that would like totally mess up the time continuum.
Yeah. I'm assuming what we do doesn't mess up the space-time continuum.
Because I don't want to do that.
No, yeah, we definitely don't want to do that.
If you did meet Anne Frank, would you let her know that Justin Bieber says that she was a believer?
I would never mention Justin Bieber to Anne Frank.
I'm thinking that would be the least of her concerns.
Well, I mean, the crazy thing is, would you try to save Anne Frank?
So that's the thing about, I mean, there's so many questions. Like, would you go back and try to save John F. Kennedy? Would you go back and try to save Abraham Lincoln? Because you could save Abraham Lincoln very easily.
Yeah.
I mean, very, like if you just like ran out into the street before he walked in the theater and shot a gun up in the air,
He's going
then
home.
they would whisk him away.
Yeah.
And that'd be it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. But, I think that sometimes their sacrifice is what changed things so drastically,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right. What is your favorite odd food combo? Example, cornbread and milk or Coke and peanuts? Coke and peanuts doesn't sound weird.
Coke and peanuts isn't that odd.
think
a lot of people
Nor is
do.
cornbread and milk.
Hmm.
That's not weird, is it?
Just
Cornbread
milk with anything's weird.
Cornbread and milk is
Cornbread,
it's a
yeah.
southern staple.
Yeah, cornbread and milk. You can't go wrong with that. Yeah. Yeah. Something I guess I thought was weird until I tried it, I guess pear salad. When you put the mayonnaise and the cheese and the cherry on top of the half pear. Big fan of that.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that. Yeah. I hear a lot of people are not, but yeah, I'm a big fan.
I enjoy Kool-Aid and cereal.
Kool-Aid and cereal or
Yeah.
Kool-Aid in cereal?
Kool-Aid, like, instead of milk, putting Kool-Aid in your cereal. I enjoy that a lot.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
To put it on like Cocoa Puffs.
More fruity, or Cheerios, anything kind of bland, like cherry Kool-Aid, grape Kool-Aid,
Instead of milk.
instead of milk.
That's not real. You haven't done
I
that.
promise. I found that out. Let me tell you how I found that out. Is one day as a kid, I went and I'd like pour a bowl of cereal. You probably had this experience. You pour the bowl of cereal,
Yeah.
and then you go to the refrigerator and there's no milk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm eating this stupid cereal. And so there's some Kool-Aid in there. And so you put the Kool-Aid in it.
See, I wouldn't do that because I'm not a sociopath.
So good.
There's no
It's so
way.
good.
There's no way that's good.
You gotta try it. It's so good.
That's got to be What was the cereal the first time you did it?
I think it was Fruit Loops.
So you did.
Fruit Loops and cherry Kool-Aid.
That's so much sugar.
You say like it's a bad thing. Like, when do we ever say that's a bad thing? It's America.
Man.
And you don't know.
I know somebody who put orange juice in cereal one time because they couldn't find milk.
I can do that.
I wasn't a fan of that idea either. No.
I like that. I like ketchup and eggs.
I know a lot of people like ketchup with
That's
their eggs.
good.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Trying to think of any of the weird things.
Kool-Aid
I
and cereal is not okay.
I eat peanut butter with most things.
Yeah.
So, like, you can probably just name something I have had peanut
Yeah.
butter with it.
Pineapple and mayonnaise sandwich. You ever had one of those?
Yes,
Oh, that's
love
good
it.
stuff. You had a pineapple and mayonnaise sandwich, Jeff?
No.
You can eat peanut butter, banana, and mayonnaise.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had that, Jeff?
No.
Why?
No, dude, seriously. I mean, you can do the Elvis, and you go
It's bacon, too.
Yeah,
right?
you do peanut butter, banana, mayonnaise, bacon, and tomato, and you fry it.
Yeah, we can do that.
It's actually, I tried it one time because I was like, man,
Peanut butter and mayonnaise is
you
good.
know.
I mean, look,
Elvis ate it. Yeah.
they're both like real big fat foods.
Yeah.
You can just mix them together, eat them with a spoon.
Yeah.
One night, this is the truth, guys. Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened. Night two, I had dislocated my ankle. All right, night two of dislocating my ankle. I don't like taking pain medication. You guys know that. I don't like taking pain medication.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of
So they
it.
sent home some prescription pain medication. So I took. This is night two. I took one, and all I remember is waking up with a knife beside me and a open bottle of peanut butter in my lap. So apparently, and I don't know if I walked on my broken ankle or if I took my
that's
scooter.
terrifying.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is I vaguely remember just getting a knife and dipping it in peanut butter and eating it off the knife, just over and
How
over
much?
again.
How much peanut butter was left in the jar when you woke
Not
up?
a lot. Not a lot. And I had that crusty peanut butter stuff on my shorts where it was sitting beside me in the chair.
All right, I think we got time for a couple more, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe, Rena.
This one's interesting. What is something you failed at?
I failed at college. That's the first thing that pops into my head. I failed at college multiple times, actually. Like I actually did. I got knocked down, got back up, got knocked down, got back up. The third time I did not get back up. That's good. I'm done.
TKO.
College experience. Is
TKO.
over. College experience is over. Going on the road with a band.
Man, I think we fail at so many things.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's, yeah. I mean, I failed at simple things as trying to get initiatives going. I failed at trying to get a business going one time. Completely failed at that. Put a good year and a half into it. Never took place. I failed at finishing goals I set for myself. I failed many of those. But I think that, like, if you find yourself not failing anything, you're probably not doing very much.
No,
Right.
we're not. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So
yeah.
I think there came a point in my life where I became okay with failing. Not that it's what I want to do,
Yeah.
but that, like, if I'm really trying to accomplish things, then failure is going to be part of that.
Absolutely.
In some form or fashion.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're not anything that you try to accomplish in this life that's worthwhile, you're probably not going to get it right at first.
Yeah.
And
Recently, it was a really hard one. I ran and put in for being on the school board for our city, and they didn't choose me. I failed.
No.
So, I mean, but I could have just not went for it and had the same result. At least you try things.
Yeah.
You know? Try to get out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's very important.
On a happier note, what is the best advice you have ever received? What was it, and who gave it?
Best advice I'd ever say. For some reason, this is the thing that popped in my head. When I was leaving my church that I grew up in to go take a job at another church as a youth minister, my minister of music sat me down and said, "Nicholas, if you can do anything else in this world and be happy, don't do ministry." and he basically, I mean, he meant it, but there's just a whole lot of stuff that comes with it that's difficult, and you know that, and so But I would say that, and I think the biggest thing that I have learned and people have taught me over the years is the ability to say no. I mean, we can't do everything and do everything well, and so just being okay in my life with saying, hey, I can't do that because I want to do these other things well, and so just not trying to do everything all the time, but trying to do a few things and do them well. I think that was probably important for me. Yeah.
I think my dad taught me it's one of those things, and it's got an explicative in it, so just be ready, Jeffrey. But my dad, I remember early on him saying this. I remember him living this out more than anything, but he would say, son, don't forget your stinks too. And it was this moment where I would see him treat people, no matter if they were living in a trailer across the street or felt like they were, found themselves in some drugs, or if they were, it didn't matter where they came from. Mm-hmm. My dad always treated them with respect. Yeah. And he always would try to be helpful to them. And I think he did a really good job of pushing that point home for me, that it doesn't matter who it is around you. Like, at the core of who we are as human beings, we're the same. Yeah. We're all made in God's image. Mm. We all have flaws. We've all messed up. And so we need to be respectful and love everybody that comes across our path. My dad taught me, never act like you're better than anybody else. And that's what that saying had to do with. Yeah. That's probably some of the best advice. All right, last one.
What would your wrestling walkout music be?
Oh, wow. Man. That's good. That's solid. Wrestling walkout music. God.
I know mine. I just got to look it up.
You do know yours?
Yeah, I know mine. I forget who sung it.
Man, you might have to edit out some dead time on this one, because I might have to think about this for a minute.
Mine would be Aloe Black's "The Man."
I don't even know what that is.
You don't even know what that is? I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
You can tell everybody. Yeah. Go ahead and tell everybody. I've got mine now.
That would be mine.
You Can't Handle This by Five Iron Frenzy. Okay. Have you heard the song You Can't Handle This?
Yes.
No, you can't handle this. That would be some really good walkout music. Yeah. That would be me. Go check out that song. Go check out both those songs. Yes. So You Can't Handle This. That's it.
Or maybe, actually, this is really mine. Now I'm thinking about it. It's Love Iron Song by Frank Turner. Yeah. Would probably be that's what I'm walking out to every week right now. Yeah. Is Love Iron Song by Frank Turner.
Yeah. It's a good one to walk out to.
That's what I'm walking out in life in our chaotic world this week. Yes. And every week for the last 6 months. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of that chaotic world, thank you for letting us be a part of it for these first 10 episodes that we hope are the first 10 of many, many, many tens and who knows, hundreds to come. Who
Thousands
knows?
Even.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you so much for being a part of this. Man, we're going to hope to continue to expand our content with the review things and stuff we're putting out on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. So make sure you follow us on all those places. Subscribe to us, like us on YouTube as well. And man, hopefully, like I said, maybe we can make the universe a little bit better place. Q, you got any parting words for our 10th show? Just thanks so much, guys, for tuning in and being part. Remember to give us recommendations of people we need to have on, or topics you'd like to see covered. We want you guys involved in this as much as possible. Yep, absolutely. On behalf of our lovely producer, Rena, that's Q, I'm Nick. The universe is once again a safe place to live. You're welcome.